Alright, howdy ho folks. Back at it again. The Outbound Ghost. Last time we left off, we became a bit more callous. Just in general. Honestly, looking at the screen, I think we have room for one more party member. And honestly, considering we can mess with our party, I think we may be able to actually get more figments, as they're called, and switch them out about whatever fits best for us and our playstyle. It's really weird going from Bard's Tale to this, basically. Because, like, Bard's Tale, besides the writing, was arguably a very unpassionate game. This, like, obviously had a lot of passion in it, but then you get things like so many bits and bobs that obviously are just holdovers from the fact that they weren't able to properly do what they wanted, and it's upsetting. I feel bad for the people working on this game that just... Oh, would you look at that? I was just snuffing them out to be difficult. Obviously the people who worked on the game cared deeply about it, and then you get things like... What was it? Yeah, it's apparently to the next area. When in battle, trying to select your enemies that you're gonna hit. It's supposed to have their HP and level and nonsense as part of the UI. Right or up? Oh. I feel like that's the correct way because it had a little puzzle to it. So we'll go to the right. Worst case scenario, I'm pretty certain I can just come back. But like, even though it's supposed to show their HP, usually when selecting an enemy, it just gets rid of that UI element and just hides it. Now I want to say like over 50% of the time. So it'll be like, it'll show up for a second and then just disappear, and it's like, And obviously every single time we've gotten a figment, it's had the weird like formatting holdover. Let's see, recipe. Bulwark allows you to increase your vigor, mending, healing, selfish curing. Reduces healing by 50%, but healing skills heal the other user as much as the target. Okay. Reduces power to 0, but increases healing by 15%. I feel like that, like, increase to healing should be higher. A bulwark increases defense by 25%, but reduces AP by 1. Increases HP, but honestly, I don't want either, but I'll go with the bulwark one. And it's fitting for Mr. Callus. Like, how would this work out? Like, would that... Is it a skill, or... It doesn't say it gives me a skill, it just says that's what it does. So is his max AP lowered, or... Because that brings to question, like, can he even do things now? We'll test it out, I'm curious. There's a possible shenanigandalous stuff going on right there. Dude, where are you going? Get your booty butt over here. I don't like that they're all linked together. So yeah, apparently, freaking Mr. Wall doesn't get a move whatsoever if I lower his AP to 0. That's interesting that that's possible. Of course, the second I start talking, I start flubbing all those good figures. Oh, and that stunned him because he was connected to both of those? That's interesting. Like, I don't think it would be a major issue. But, like, this dude only has one... AP point to begin with. Is there any way to take it off? Okay. UI is just weird. Does he have increases healing? It's actually, yeah, let's put that. Let's put this one as opposed to a defense. This dude can get. That's weird. Why did unequip 2 things for him? Okay. Anyways, whatever. We've been talking about how this game glitchy. It is what it is. It's not even developers' fault anymore. Ooh. Dig up lost treasure with shovels? Fancy. Can I use it here? Apparently can't. Oh wait, that just... okay. Apparently is just a button in the bottom left. Well, that's apparently nothing, so whatever. Anything here? Aww. Am I ever gonna find anything? Probably not. But I can sit on the bench. The fact that I can sit on the bench and pet the dog does kind of make this a Game of the Year contender, not gonna lie. Especially considering some people quote that stuff as very nice and atmospheric. Honestly, I would love to see this game in its fully realized state, basically. Something over yonder that needs lock-up picking. Oh, whatever shall we be doing? Move that back and move these dudes down. That way we can move this over yonder. Get this up. There we go. Now we can just put the screwdriver into the lock and we're good. A lot of community boards. Starting to feel a bit Story of Seasons-y. You know what I'm saying? I swear I've seen that same design multiple times. Story of Seasons. Ooh. What do we have here? I really need to stop trying to run away from these guys or whatever. Ooh, fast travel for the area. Gosh. I haven't tried to dig this many graves since I played Fallout New Vegas. Just gosh dang. Honestly, I'm not even getting anything out of it. That's a bummer, drummer. I can sit right here. Oh, look at that PNG of an actual mountain in the background. It's nice. Oh, well, let's go. But yeah, just, it's weird seeing all the passion, but like not able to fully follow through because of something. It's upsetting. It's like seeing a weird, unfinished painting, basically. Ooh. Hey, can I ask you something? So I'm following you around, right? Michael and Corey were following you too when they were with us earlier. We didn't want to say anything since we didn't want to be rude, but... why do you occasionally hide in bushes and wince? It's almost as if you're avoiding something. Well, that adds a lot of questions. that adds a lot of questions. It's funny, I kind of like that. I like the fact that, like, yeah, battles are technically taking part in universe, but they're explaining it this way. This is interesting. I like this writing rabbit hole we just opened up. You see ghost-like things? No way, that's just like Adrian. You must be an amnesiac thing, I guess. Must be an amnesiac thing, I guess. Do we see them? No, not at all. To us, it's like you're avoiding something invisible. But it's good to know that they're just apparitions. At least you're not a weirdo or something. Apparitions? Yeah, that's what Adrian calls them. He says he has to defeat them with his emotions, whatever that means. Do you have that too? Wow! If you do, then it must really be the same thing. I guess all the more reason to get you to talk to Adrian more. You may think that you two don't have the same condition, but this new information here says otherwise. Let's continue going forward. We're actually not too far away from the southern outbound outskirts. That's where Michael, Corey, and I are from. I expect that's where they're headed. If we don't find them along the way, we'll definitely find them there. Let's go! Honestly, yeah, I love that little tidbit of info. Because, like, yeah, in an RPG setting, turn-based battles, or any battle, what have you, it's kind of expected that, yeah, we're taking some time to fight. I'm going back to the staircase, by the way. If the way to the right was the correct way, I guess we're going to the staircase because I'm a fool that needs to try at least to explore everything I can. But yeah, it's interesting because, like, in a turn-based scenario, it doesn't exactly make sense for time to stop while you do a turn-based battle. So that being like a weird fact that we're fighting apparitions in our own weird, broken mental state is interesting. Yeah, it doesn't matter which save I save in. It's what they're all going to be here in a minute. Ooh. I want to grab the treasure first before I snuff that out. What was this? It's got boss battle music going. And some good jams. So much love went into this game. This is upsetting to play and realize that some had to stop all this love from coming out. Oh, it's a big one. Ooh, level 12. This might be possible. I could take down the other level 12 dude. This might be a thing. Major defense. Filter. I think I should save his SP here. How stupid of me not to act until then. Oh gosh. Issue is, since he's that enemy type, he can buff himself. Down you go. Alrighty. Honestly, there's no reason to try and defend on this individual, because you can't get 2 turns from doing it, so go for the attacks. Nope, that was dumb of me. Soundtrack is so boppin', like, legit. This is lit. I wouldn't exactly mind, oof. Actually, that didn't hit too hard. I think we're perfectly fine against this dude. I wouldn't even mind, like, an OST or, like, some covers of these songs, because this is, some good stuff altogether. Minor power down. The old heal is really nice, actually, yeah. Love me some AoE heals. Love the AoE nonsense in turn-based RPGs. Actually, oh, you unlocked a new figment. Slave. In confronting one of your deepest memories out of your own volition, you've unshackled yourself from your past and can now use a new figment of self. I like the A button prompt. Cool. Cool. Let's see. Getting this dude some minor defense. Yeah, this is some decent stuff. Now that's... I think it's because he's a miner, as in someone who, like, digs ore or whatever, and this is, like, his special ability. Like, he's able to apply a defense buff for, like, an entire battle. Unless that's a holdover from them playtesting stuff, and it's not actually like that. That's interesting. Makes it worth fighting him for that, yeah. It's nice. Is there anything else if I try to take it again? Oh, it's just another boss fight? It's interesting. Can I just grind against this dude then? I don't think there'd be anything stopping me. Does he drop items though? Is it worth it? Nah, he doesn't really drop items, but it is just a fight I can do to get EXP, I guess. If need be. That and maybe just, I don't know. Try to, use certain skills and learn how they work. I think possibly doing that dude. Yeah. Making it so he can be an off healer might be smart. It's got enough SP for it. And trying out his Quake ability, it's not easy to be blunt, it's actually very difficult to do. Yeah, I kind of like how this game's story's starting to play out. Like the whole ghosts need to find the thing that's weighing them down until they can ascend. Yeah, that's a nice enough premise. But the major introspection aspect of the main character and supposedly this Aiden dude and how they need to face various parts of themselves from the past is nice. It's a good story piece in order to invoke character development, because like a lot of games and stories in general don't really want to have the character develop past a certain point, which is upsetting, especially in let's say a plot setting like this where it's the character's an amnesiac. That's usually a I don't think it really matters about me hiding from these dudes. I'll take them out. In a lot of stories with like amnesia as a trope, it's meant to be a fish out of water in a very easy way for the what does that mean? There's something to dig here? Is that what, oh, okay. At least it was visible. It's meant to let the player more easily relate to the protagonist, who's going to constantly be asking questions about the world setting. Oh, what you got going on, man? When I was alive, my parents never let me follow my dreams. His name's Frog. Were your dreams to become a knight? But now that I'm dead, it's all different. I can finally live as a mushroom. You do you, man. Okay, he doesn't have anything else to say beyond that. Honestly, I love him. Best character I've seen in a game in a long time. So, since the fish out of water lets you have the protag ask questions in a manner that's not upsetting to the player, the amnesiac trope is used a lot for it. Okay, it's just an invisible wall. I was wondering if I could actually drop down. Because, like, let's be honest, like, you play some games and it's like this new setting and your character will be asking all these questions and it's like, why doesn't my character actually technically know this? He grew up here, kind of stuff. And, yeah, that's where amnesia comes in. But, another issue of that is, like, even in games where they have amnesia, you don't really want to let characters grow as individuals. It's a lot of issues in writing in general, especially for games where the protagonist is meant to just be a extension of the player character. Still need to do a mini game even when like just putting the key in. That's funny. Because the protag is an extension for the player character, they feel like they can't give the protagonist too many unique characteristics, and that will lead to a fight, apparently. But besides a fight, it will also lead to the protagonist tending to be very bland as just an individual, like not really much characterization whatsoever. This is usually showcased with the whole like stereotypical silent protagonist, because you're supposed to fill in what they're saying in your head kind of nonsense as a placeholder for the player. And a lot of those games try to fight that utter blandness and characterization with party members or a larger cast of people in the story to kind of make up for the fact that their protagonist is not a person, really. They're just a cardboard cutout mask for the player to wear. Ooh, what do we got over here? Curious. Can fight the vampire dude later. The issue with that, though, is it will cause a lot of, snuff that out. Use one beach key. You currently have one. I think this is an issue with, the UI as well, because it's obviously supposed to be me lockpicking, but saying I'm using a beach key, but we already saw using the beach key has the key icon. Yeah. This is a bug, basically. Oh well. It is what it is. Not inherently upsetting, but it's a lot of that stuff's going to keep showing up more and more as time goes on, and that's going to be upsetting. Oh, looks like there's another boss fight over here. This should be nice. Get another portion of oneself. That leads the question, like, these figments that we're fighting, they're obviously... This dude's almost set up like a robber. The other dude was set like a miner and it was called slave and stuff. It's... What is John Wayne Doe's past? Will we ever know? If this game's written well, yeah, hopefully. Any but. The issue with, like, having a cast kind of make up for the fact that the protagonist isn't really an individual is that all the character growth kind of has to go through the cast. And not so much the protagonist whatsoever. So you'll have a lot of characterization of varying quality. Oh, now this is... Huh. That is fascinating. I didn't know those dudes could do that. That's... Wow. I kind of love it. Honestly, it may only be possible by the bigger ones, but yeah, I kind of love it. Just the fact that they can steal the form of the figments. Yeah, steal their skills as well. I think it adds a bit more HP to him too. I don't think this battle is going to be outright difficult, but... It is at least interesting mechanically, and I like that. Like, games don't need to be difficult to enjoy them. They just have to be enjoyable. And as I was talking about with the, all the options you have when you start this game to kind of play it how you want to, I think the, people who made this game knew that games are just meant to be enjoyable. I don't need to feel bad that I'm doing casual mode or normal mode or whatever mode. It's not like freaking Wolfenstein where it's gonna not let me do the actual ending and have a freaking baby face if I choose casual. Freaking just play the game, have fun. I wish more developers had that mindset. Just more fun factor, less competitive factor, whatever nonsense. Anyways, we got off topic. Having all the characterization stuck within the party members kinda screws over the pacing of the game, and it makes you wonder why your protagonist is there besides as simply a, I don't know, the connecting thread for all these party members. And it tends to lead into Mary Sue territory, because all these party members would be unnaturally drawn to the protagonist when the protagonist, as we just discussed, is not really a character. This is like a major issue with like more harem-y type of writing. Kleptomania. You unlocked a new figment. In confronting one of your deepest memories out of your own volition, you've unshackled yourself from your past and can now use a new figment of self. I like that this is a thing. I would have loved more if every single time we went to fight these optional bosses, there was like a bit more build up into the actual memories of oneself. Like you're actually delving into what happened and what led to that being an aspect, a figment of one's emotions and stuff. Like just a bit of a build-up as to why John Wayne Doe developed a bit of kleptomania. Why did John Wayne Doe feel like a slave? That kind of stuff. Ooh, yeah, I got some mimicry going on. Swift hit, yeah. Honestly, that's cool. I like it. Alrighty. I have tried minor wind cut. I wonder if that's another status element thing where it does damage for that many turns. Oh well, we'll find out later. Checking the time, it's been enough for an episode. I'll talk to you guys later. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully next episode I'll remember to keep talking about just milquetoast characters and the lack of character growth in media as a whole. I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao!